Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be looking at the PSP Camera, and this video that you're looking at here was recorded off of my PSP 1000. So let's get started. Welcome back everyone to a new video, and today we're going to be looking at the PSP Camera. And this model I have here is the PSP-450 model that was included with a game I bought years ago called iPet. And these little cameras are going for over 50 bucks on its own. And there are two different models to this camera. The first one is a PSP-300, which is the silver one, and the second one, which is the PSP-450. Now, this one was released back in October 12th of 2010, and it was bundled with a game called Invisimals, and it was some kind of like virtual reality game that you needed to use this camera with the PSP. So we're going to go over the settings with this camera, and I'll have links in the description to some great listings that I found on eBay. I recommend getting the iPet game with the camera. They go for 40 bucks. You would at least get a game with the camera, and if you're just buying the camera itself, you're going to be paying over 50 bucks, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous for a little camera that's not so great. But it is cool. So this camera does work on all models. So we're going to test it here on the PSP 1000. And once you plug her in, you just hit camera, and it's going to be accessing your memory stick. And there you go. So I currently have a filter or an effect. So let me turn that off. And there we go. There is our camera, and you can move it like that, and it's pretty cool because you can take photos, you can record video. So that is the PSP 1000, and at first this camera wasn't working for me. So what I did was I cleaned out the contacts on the PSP, those gold contacts there. And once one of the PSPs got contact of the camera, eventually it started working for all of my PSPs. So here is the PSP 2000. Love this model. This is the Final Fantasy edition. Let's open that baby up. And there's no memory stick inserted, but you can see the camera is working right there. Very cool. Grab my PSP 3000 and connect this bad boy. And it's just reading my memory card, of course, and camera. Accessing memory stick. There is the camera again. It will also work on the PSP E1000. And there you have it. Obviously, it won't work for the PSP Go. It's not made for that. Now, what we have on the camera is our 2 pins there, our USB connection. We also have this screw here that tightens up the camera and secures it on the console. We have the PlayStation logo there, PSP there, and you can rotate this camera however you want it. And there are 2 modes right there, macro and regular, I guess, normal. Pretty cool. And our microphone is on the side there. So it does pick up on audio when you record video. On the back side, we have the Sony logo and the model PSP-450. There's nothing on this side. So let's get this connected. And I was tinkering with this camera for a while because it wasn't working, and I knew this thing was working. This is a 0.3 megapixel camera taking photographs at a maximum resolution of 640 by 480 and video at up to 480 by 272 at 30 frames. And this camera does require official firmware of 6.00 or later. Alright, so here we are in photo mode. And we can change it to movie mode by pressing select. And you can see how much time you can record at the bottom. And you can zoom in and out by pressing up and down on the D-pad. That is pretty cool. And there also is a little light on the camera right there. A little LED, red LED, letting you know that camera mode has been enabled. And once you leave that application, it will turn off. Enabling the camera app will start the red LED. Alright, so let's move on to the fun stuff here. Now, we can take our photos by pressing on the R trigger. You can hear the sound there. And pressing on the L trigger will take us to review. And we can look at all of our photos, all of our videos. Not only that, but you can go home, go under memory stick, under photo, and you'll find all of the photos that you have taken with your camera on your PSP. And for videos, they will be located under video in memory stick here. Let's take a quick peek at what we got. And there's our digital camera recordings. Very nice. Now let's go back to the camera. Let's hit the triangle button. This will bring up our options. We have record. We can change to movie mode, review, settings, display, effects, exposure adjustments, white balance, and image size. So let's go under, let's see, settings. And we can change our shutter sounds. So here's one. Let's hit play. Here's sound 2. And you can play the sound by pressing triangle. Hit sound 3. Sound 4. That was pretty cool. And we can select a folder to save images and movies in. We can create a new folder here easily. And we can reset the file number. So let's go back. Under display, we can remove the display at the bottom to have a nice clean cut look at our video or photo recordings. Going back to image size, we have several different image options. So we can go 320 by 240. We can go 480 by 272 and 640 by 480. So let's take a look at that. Let's go back, display, and take our shot. There's our photo. And white balance, we can have it under automatic. We can have daylight. It's gonna be very hard to see that because I'm just seeing all grays here. So let's add some color to this. Let's go back to automatic. Go to daylight. Go to fluorescent. Incandescent. Next we have exposure adjustments. And it takes a little bit of time for it to adjust. Let's Go to 1.5. And it's going to go all the way up. Still pretty cool to have something like this on the PSP. And finally, we have effects. There are several different effects you can enable. Here's Sketch. Looks crazy. Let's go to, which one is this one? Toy Camera. There we go. Looks so weird. And Distortion. You can see the distortion in the middle there. Crazy, crazy how that works. And text. So I don't know what this one means, but it's all black and white. And let's record some video. And I'm going to start recording now. And we're going to test this. 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. I'm testing the PSP camera here. Crazy, crazy. Hello, hello, YouTube. This is the 480 at 30 frames. This is insane how well it looks on my PSP, actually. Let's end. Now here we'll have different options under triangle. We'll go to movie size, and we can change it to 480 by 727 with 15 frames, 320 by 240 with 30 frames, and 320 by 240 with 15 frames. It's all very interesting. Now the only thing is that you can't enable those effects for movie mode. So those effects are only for photo mode or picture mode. So yeah, you can adjust the white balance, the exposure, things like that. And the settings stay the same. And you can zoom in and out. That is crazy. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please comment down below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to subscribe. I want to make it to 60,000. We just made it to 50,000. So thank you all for being here. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Boom.